Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Always, and welcome back to UniversIO. In the last episode, we made the Combiner, another of the three Alchemistry machines that we need to make to kind of make progress in this mod pack. And yeah, we couldn't make the third one because we ran out of mana. So I went ahead and farmed up a bunch of mana. We made this Rosa Arcana last time, which makes mana using our experience levels. Really nice, pretty powerful. It's a lot more powerful than the Indo Flames, but we don't have an experience farm or anything like that, so we can't do too much. And yeah, so I've been working a little bit off camera, bringing a bit of stuff over because, as I said a couple episodes ago, and I said last episode, we are moving out of the Nothingness dimension. We are destroying this base here because a lot of reasons. No gravity for items is awful, as well as not being able to put water down is kind of a pain, and just a lot of things. Also, I should mention, I finally figured out why I was having trouble with the drawers system and not being able to shift click multiple stacks. I actually had a controls, like a keybind conflict that was when I was shifting, it was doing something else, and so that's why I was having a lot of trouble taking stuff out of the drawers. So FYI, if you're having that same problem, check your keybinds. I think it was something with shift. I'm not entirely sure though. I don't remember. I did it and I kind of forgot about it. But anyways, we should have enough mana to make the third Alchemistry machine, and so that is kind of the first thing that we're gonna do. Now I did also start building our base, but I haven't got very far. Digging out a little bit of space. We're gonna have stone bricks, and I've got a little bit of an idea of what I want, but I'm not entirely sure. So I am putting that off a little bit. Also, I've not had too much time to play this, but anyways, it is almost night. We should be fine from phantoms today, but we might have to sleep. Regardless, let's go ahead and make this last machine. So we need to make the compactor. Something else that we might want to make is a pneumatic dynamo. If we can make one of these, which we should be able to, we can get RF a little bit easier. But I want to kind of progress with the normal progression with the quests before we do anything like that, just to see kind of what all we need to do. So we need to get diamonds. Diamonds are going to be really important and unlock a lot of stuff for us, and that requires the compactor. And so we're just going to make that. We made all the runes last time: rune of gluttony, winter, and air, with making cake. So we have everything we need. We just need to put it down here and let it drain literally like all of our mana. We're not going to have much mana left. Do we have any? We do not have any power currently. So we might need to get a little bit more mana. We might be okay. So let's send that over there and generate a little bit of mana. But more importantly, we have a compactor now, and it wants us to make silicone dust. So that is easy enough. I think I know where that one's going. We have some power, so let's get some stuff together. So first things first. Wow, that just drains all of the mana, all of the energy we had. So let's get all of these guys 100%. And I think we know all of those elements. We're going to go ahead and dump everything in here as we go. And I have the 16 graphite that we need, so that is the first thing. We're going to make our first diamond, which is huge. And now we can EMC those. That is even more important because I can make EMC very easily. What I've been doing is, the cosmic dust from the drawers, we can turn into a bunch of base elements with this system, and then just throw it in the transmutation table and call it a day. So that is kind of awesome. Diamonds doesn't do anything for us yet. The other thing that I know we're kind of heading towards is it's gonna want us to basically make a fusion reactor so that we can combine elements and get some of the higher tier elements. That is the other thing that I think we're going towards. But the neat thing is I believe all of the alchemistry, at least the elements, why don't they show up? If I type like oxygen, what is it actually from then? Oh, Kimlib. Okay. So I believe all of these, even like, not all of them. Some of the higher tier stuff, but a lot of the elements all have the ability, at least, to be EMC'd. And I don't know if some of this other stuff we even need, so we'll see. Anyways, let's go ahead and do some more quests. So we need to get osmium dust. Osmium dust comes from osmium, which we don't have access to. To get osmium, we need to dissolve deep slate would work, or diorite, or yeah, deep slate looks like the best option for us, or cosmic dust. Interesting. Okay, let's dissolve some cosmic dust. Let's not dissolve too much, but let's take like, I don't know, 8. 8 seems like a good number. And we'll get some new elements maybe. So we got platinum, that's new. That is a bit of a quest thing. We need platinum dust. That's also a quest in the periodic table. Yeah, so after lead, it doesn't really care about anything collecting wise. Okay. Strange, but whatever. So we have some platinum, copper, sulfur, lead. We have lead, I believe, but let's go ahead and take all of this stuff. And so we need to get osmium. Osmium we can get from dissolving, but can we get it better another way? It's a 2% chance from deep slate, and it's a 10% chance from, okay, so it's just going to be a matter of just put a bunch of these in here and hope. Okay, we got some osmium. We don't need all that much, but more importantly, we have it. So let's go ahead and throw all of these in here, and then we're going to need 16 osmium, and we're going to need 16 platinum, and we're going to need 16 silicon. So all things considered, not too bad. We can definitely work with all of this. And you know what? We're just gonna throw this in here. I had it cranked all the way up to 20 clicks per second. It lags my game a little bit, but it's worth it. It works well enough. And then we can just gather all of the CMC back. No problem. I do need the silicon. I'll see if we can get some of that in there. That is sulfur. Let's see if there's any silicon in there, or did I already throw it all away? I don't know if there's any like rhyme or reason to the order that the stuff gets picked up in, but nope, I must have thrown it all away. Oh well, not a problem. Let's go ahead and just grab some silicon, and we need to compact all of this to make what we need. Okay, so silicon, platinum, and osmium dust. We will then go ahead and go learn these, and then we need to smelt them up. Now that means we have to go back to the nothingness base. That is not where I want to be. So silicon will be turned into normal silicon, which is going to be really important for making refined storage, which is kind of the direction we're headed with that. And also why I'm kind of waiting around for maybe we can kind of not worry about moving chests and organizing chests and all that kind of fun stuff. Maybe we can just, you know, go the easy route. So silicon needs a blasting furnace. That's right. Platinum we can get perfectly fine. Alright, so we are going to need the blast furnace, which is just some iron, smooth stone, and furnace. So I guess let's get 3 of those. The actual furnace requires compressed stone, which we might have. We do. And then 3 iron. Or 5 iron. The opposite number of iron than I thought. Let's go ahead and do that. And in just a second, we'll have everything we need. We just need to steal a piece of charcoal. And let's make a blast furnace. So we'll just set this down for now. Doesn't really matter. We'll smelt up this silicon and get silicon. So that is a lot of questing. We need to go EMC all these things so that we can get plenty of them a lot easier. And learn that, learn platinum, and learn osmium. Alright, so what does that do for us? Yep, okay. So, reactors, yeah, it's leading towards the reactors, and it's leading towards refined storage. I think what we're going to do for right now, I'm going to just dump that stuff in here. All of it for right now. We'll come back to the diamond. I would like to make a drawer controller because these are so useful. It does require some quartz, but we have, I think we have quartz available to us. I think that's in the nether. I'm like 90% sure. Let's go ahead and give some levels. But what we're going to do for the rest of today's episode is, so it wants us to make reactor glass, which is lead oxide and silicon dioxide. It also wants us to make the reactor casings, which is platinum, osmium, and blaze powder. Blaze powder is probably the most annoying of it all, but not really. There is a way to get blaze mesh easily with the runic altar and just some glowstone. So that's actually not too bad. How many of them do they want? Just one. Just one each. Debating. You know what? Let's go ahead and do the reactors. Why not? That won't take too long. So we just need to grab. So one reactor casing is just one blaze rod that we turn into blaze powder, and then put the other one back. If we need to get more blaze rods, that is really, really easy. And I don't know why I have that on me. The reactor glass is what? Lead oxide and silicon dioxide. Okay, so we need 3 oxygen, 1 lead, 1 silicon. That's sulfur. I thought it was silicon. That is the wrong element. So that should be everything that we need. We just need to do power things and grab the 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. All right. So combiner, lead, oxygen, silicon dioxide. And it's really easy to make it's really easy to get silicon dioxide anyways. And there is the reactor glass. And go to our crafting table, we can make the reactor casing. Cool. So fission chamber controller is the next thing that it wants us to make, which requires netherite. Netherite requires netherite scrap, which we can make with carbon and tungsten. We do not have tungsten yet. To get tungsten, we need to dissolve stone. Looks like cobblestone would work. So I think, okay, the thing that I'm kind of like on the fence about is we can make all this stuff. However, we can't really use it until we get a better power source. This is not going to cut it. But let's go ahead and dissolve just a little bit of cobblestone and see if we can get some tungsten. It is very likely that we're going to get nothing because 90% of the time, 96% of the time from cobblestone you get nothing. I might have wanted to look at that before I started doing that. Okay, so let's look at... So once the fission chamber reactor and it wants the fusion chamber reactor, they're very similar. They're not too difficult to make, all things considered. We just need to get tungsten. What is going to be the best thing? Stone is a 60%, but it's still only a 1% chance to get tungsten. Yeah, stone might be the best option. Stone bricks is still pretty low of a chance. I mean, if I could find some ancient debris, I could get a lot easier. But what I think I want to do is let's work on getting a better power source. If we can get a better power source, then dissolving a ton of things is going to be a lot easier. Not too much of a concern type of thing. I almost decided to go get those items, but I don't think we need them. So let's go ahead and place some things. We'll put those in there. And let's head back to this base. And we're going to work towards getting the pneumatic dynamo. So pneumatic dynamo is pretty simple. It converts compressed air into forge energy, RF. And it does have a base efficiency of 40%, i.e. it takes 100 milliliters of air to generate 40 power. Speed upgrades will reduce its efficiency slightly, and it also generates heat, which must be dissipated to avoid efficiency loss. So basically, if you have too much heat, it just doesn't do as well. Now we should be able to go ahead and throw this on here, and it will cut it up for us. This used up all the stuff, and then we're going to need, so we're going to need the typical, we're going to need 2 capacitors and 2 transistors. So we need 2 slime balls, 2 redstone. I know this recipe a little bit too well at this point. We are going to need 4 plastic, and I only have 1. That is not so good. But we should be able to get more plastic easily enough. Just get rid of the water for a moment. That is not where you go. Put that here. So I should have some plastic left over. This is doing fine. It's almost done. I don't know if I have... I need to go grab some gold. And do we need slime balls? We probably do. Yes. Alright, so let's go grab that stuff. And then we should be able to... This is going to be so much easier once everything is over into the same dimension. But we need 2 slime balls. And we're going to need a little bit of gold. Let's just get 8. I don't know if there's any shortcuts to like taking out less than a stack, but like more than one at a time with that. I wish I knew. I don't. But let's go ahead and get this stuff going. And then the other things that are required is a pneumatic gear, which is just iron and more iron. So this should be relatively easy to deal with. That is not quite cold enough. The colder that is, the higher the chance of getting 2, which is why I always wait for it to be pretty much maxed out. How are we doing on iron here? So we're going to need 8 plus 11. 11 compressed iron and 2 normal iron. We have 3. So I need 8 more iron. Let's go grab that, I guess. And while we're waiting for the plastic, the chest frame to cool off, let's go ahead and just get a stack of iron, because iron's a little bit more useful. And we can honestly smelt that in the blast furnace, and it should go faster. So that's what we're going to do. Or not. You can't. Never mind. That's unfortunate. A little strange. So what? It can be used to make some stuff, but not everything. That's weird. Okay. Anyways, our gold is done, so we're going to need, I believe it's 3 for the transistors. Yeah, so we need 6. We need 10. So 10 gold nuggets. We'll get 8 iron at some point. 4 more. And the plastic. So everything considered should not be too bad. Alright, I'm not even going to wait. We're just going to waste the plastic. I can always get more plastic. I just want to be done with this so we can make a little bit more reliable RF. And having more reliable energy in general is just going to make things a little bit easier. So this is almost done with what we need. I didn't put the gold in there. I put the plastic, the redstone, the slime, but no gold. So we'll wait for this to be done, and then we should be able to make the pneumatic dynamo pretty easily. And then what we'll probably do is grab that guy and a heat pipe, and that should be everything we need. So there is the transistors. And we just need to throw in the iron. And I hope that, I don't know how much pressure, it needs 2 bars, and we are not at 2 bars. So I need to grab a little bit more charcoal. And we'll get this to the right pressure. But while we're kind of waiting on that, we can go ahead and make the finished PCB. And very soon, those should pop. And you know what? I will, let's go ahead and get the stuff set up so that we can go into the overworld and make a lot more power. Now, we don't have any way to store it. I just realized this, and I don't know that there is a good way to store it. So we're going to break this. And we're going to need 2 of these pipes. These pipes are easy enough for us to make at this point. They're a little expensive, but all things considered, most things that are expensive don't really matter because, oh, it's so close. And it's got the speed upgrades. I should make more of those at some point. But the wastefulness is not that big of a deal because we have infinite wood. We have infinite metals resources in general. Like, there's not much that we can't just remake if need be, which is nice. It is definitely a nice way to be in a mod pack. So we just do this, advanced pipe on the top, and there is the pneumatic dynamo. And then let's go over to the overworld, and we will place it down. I guess to break that block, we'll put this here. I don't really have any pipes to move things either, and that's not going to connect, but should be able to do this, and then this, and then we're just going to put a heat pipe and surround that with everythingness, so that should be much cooler, should be able to get cooler. And then we just need some charcoal. And I realize that is not the thing I want to cool. I want to cool this guy. If the advanced air compressor gets hot, all that does is just makes it so that it's yeah, that's better. All it does is make it so it uses fuel a lot faster. It doesn't really matter otherwise. But this is going to start getting power, hopefully. And let's go grab, just to see how well this is going to work, let's go grab some stuff from over here. And then what we can always do is, I'm going to take those out. What we can always do is just kind of use our pure daisy to make a bunch of stone and use that for trying to get tungsten. Tungsten is kind of the big thing for the reactor. But let's go ahead and put that in there and get a ton more pressure. Problem. Apply at least 15 bars. Okay. That's a lot. So that's going to take a minute. Let's go ahead and grab. So one, I want to stop looking there. And let's just grab this. As soon as these are, does smooth stone work to get tungsten? Tungsten is like the big thing right now. Tungsten can be, yes, can be acquired from smooth stone. So we just wait for this to get to smooth stone, like so, and break it. And then we can throw 8 smooth stones in there. And they get, I believe it was 2 rolls. So let's just look at uses. 2 rolls, and it is a 1.5% chance. I think most of that stuff we already have. I don't know about the gallium actually, but this is out of charcoal. Let's get a lot, and eventually that will get to the point where it's going to produce power, and it's going to hopefully make a lot of power. And it looks like it can make up to 100,000. No, dang it, a little bit of living rock. That's the only problem with using the pure daisy, is it can go too far if I'm not paying a lot of attention. So once we get a little bit of tungsten from this, we'll be good to go, and all that kind of fun stuff. So that is getting close. Just put a ton more. Let's wait for one more cycle of almost. It goes from smooth stone to living rock so quickly. So this is almost to 15 bars. I kind of want to let it get there. Zirconium, I think, is new. Yes. And gallium was new. Okay. So we can learn both of those. No problem. Did I ever learn charcoal? Yes. Yes, I did. It's right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run a little bit. I am going to try to get some tungsten for next episode. And then next time, what we're going to plan to do is one, hopefully start making a little bit more progress towards a base in the overworld, getting everything over here so I don't have to keep going back and forth. I will at least bring everything over, I think, except for, no, we'll probably even bring all of the like machines and whatnot. We'll just try to bring everything over and put it somewhere so it is in the overworld and we don't have to worry about it. And then we will work towards a little bit of refined storage probably, but mostly the alchemistry stuff, and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This is so close to generating power. I'm going to keep you guys here until it generates some power. That is what I've now decided, because it's not going to take too long. But yeah, this is not going to be too bad of an ask. I have plenty of cobblestone, and I just want more power. And that is almost ready to start churning. But I need to watch this stuff, because if I break the stone, it's just going to go back to cobblestone. I don't have silk touch. Eventually, I will. All right. Is this now? Yes, it is making power, and it's making just a little bit at a time. But what I can always do is just throw in a good bit of charcoal. And it should never lose pressure. It shouldn't, like, it uses the pressure, but once it's primed, it should not matter if I, like, use more stuff. So that, like, this should be perfectly good for power for a while. And we got the tungsten. Perfect. Alright, so next time we are going to make some reactor stuff and netherite, and I'm going to let this fill up with power probably, and then next time we'll see what we can get into. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!